miss you every morning. Vile unapendeza, kama ningeweza jua yepi ya kutarajia, nisingejipata mashakani kwa niliyoyatenda. Ninayempenda ni wewe, hakuna mwingine wa kubadili penzi. Ningependa tuelewane, kiburi kisinikosanishe nawe. Uliniwasha pale na sikushika nare, ukanisema kwa jirani kwamba mimi kisirane, aibu za hadharani, vile penzi hatari. Njoo unipe amani kama hapo zamani. Mwambie nampenda, oh yeah, roho ya mtamani bado nampenda. Ukimwona mwambie nampenda, 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 roho ya mtamani bado nampenda. Ukimwona.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
I bumped into this guy at this club. We were dancing, African beauty, tall, dark, and handsome. Gave me his number, I gave him my name. That marked the beginning of such a beautiful thing. I don't know what I'm feeling when he's around. My head touches the ceiling, far back to the ground. Is it love or just infatuation? Whatever it is, I just love the sensation. Jana moja nane, jana moja nane. Let me tell you some more about my African king. I love his big brown eyes and the color of his skin. I can't breathe whenever he's not around. I go weak, oh yeah, whenever he comes around. I don't know what I'm feeling when he's around. My head touches the ceiling, far back to the ground. Is it love or just infatuation? Whatever it is, I just love the sensation. Jana moja nane, jana moja nane. Sikuli nane, siogi nane, nampenda nane. And I'm so glad he's my rock, he's my power, he's my warrior king. He's got my back, he's no coward. He's my up on me, baby. Coffee skin like a Howard. He's my hero, my strength. He's my African Jack Bauer. And I don't know what I'm feeling when he's around. My head touches the ceiling, fall back to the ground. Is this love or just infatuation? Whatever it is, I just love the sensation.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. On this very chilly Wednesday morning, I officially welcome you to the Power Morning Drive Show. This is Power Radio. My name is Wanyoike, officially welcoming you to cruise with us all the way from 8 a.m. till 10 in the a.m. Remember, you can get in touch with us on our social media handles. We are at Power Radio across all our socials. You can also catch me on at Wanjiko Wanyoike on Instagram, at the Wanyoike on Twitter or X. You can also get this live broadcast. We are on YouTube at Power Radio and also on our website live stream www.power254.org/Power Radio. Right now, I can see that it has started raining out here, but let me just get you knowing what is happening on our roads this morning, so that you can know exactly where you need to avoid. We start off with Ngong Road. Ngong Road ni bumper to bumper. I think because of the rain, things are not moving. I can see that there's just a lot. It's very busy this morning as you go towards the from Junction down to Prestige Plaza, then down to Coptic Hospital. Absolute madness. Please, if you can avoid that route, kindly do. I can also see that Thika Road is also bumper to bumper. Today it's not just even from Survey. We also have down back to KCA. Hakupatikani huko, hakuna njia, so looking very busy this morning. The same goes for Kiambu Road. I can see actually somebody was telling me this morning that they were on 3 lanes going into town, so that's looking like that. We also have Lower Kabete Road is also very busy this morning. Mambo imeshikana kutoka pale Zen Garden all the way down to around Westgate. We also have Wayaki Way. Things are looking not so bad on your end today, but pale ABC Place kuna kamsongamano kidogo. Jogoo Road, not moving whatsoever. Absolute madness this morning. I can see that Raila Odinga Road is looking not so shabby this morning. Kule muna move. Langata Road also not moving. Very busy. I think the rain, I've never understood what the connection with rain and traffic is. So in case you see any accidents or incidents, kindly do let us know. Remember, the hashtag to use is Power Morning Drive, and we will make sure that you get to work safe and sound. But for now, let me get a quick break, and then we come back and we get into our local and international news roundup. This is Power Radio.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Caution is a virtue, people can hurt you badly. I wish that someone told me patience is a virtue, good things all happen slowly. Wish that someone told me protect your heart, you're smart if you keep it healthy. Heart disease will eat at your trust and keep you from loving with ease. Hey, 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 we be kissing all day, chasing all the pain away, way. This kind of loving is for lovers only. We be kissing all day, chasing all the pain away, way. This kind of loving is for lovers only. I wish that someone told me don't waste your time talking so negatively. Wish that someone told me save a little hope, it's over before you know it. Wish that someone told me real love is real, I found her all of a sudden. She's beautiful. I love her, not a fighter, I'll never let her go. Yeah. We be kissing all day, chasing all the pain away, way. chasing all the pain away, way, 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 way. This kind of loving is for lovers only.
It's for lovers only. It's for lovers only.
Jasho yatiririka,
moyo wapiga,
kila mtu
anawika,
hajui vile ya kusema.
na hewa tunapewa,
Yatiririka,
moyo wapiga,
kila mtu
anawika,
hajui vile ya kusema.
na hewa tunapewa. Mos, 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 mos,
Pole pole
mos, mos,
twazienda,
mos, mos,
haraka haraka haina baraka.
mos, 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 mos,
Pole pole
mos, mos,
twazienda,
mos, mos.
haraka haraka haina baraka. Gani mwingine mabjua Kenya nzima kama mimi, mwenye kushika maiki na kuwapa Kiswahili shua, rhymes kitua, rhymes za pasua vifua. Na safari hii ma MC na waombea dua, nikiwa hit kwa industry likimanuva kama mvua na nyesha mahewa, nikileta wako wengi lakini it's obvious I'm better.
Hot in here, hot in here. Tumeshika maiki karibia.
Brother kamata, sister kata, kiuno kwa mdundo na huu ndio mtindo.
Mos, 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 mos,
Pole pole
mos, mos,
twazienda,
mos, mos,
haraka haraka haina baraka.
mos, 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 mos,
Pole pole
mos, mos,
twazienda,
mos, mos.
haraka haraka haina baraka. Gopa's guidance, there's no defiance. Navuta more crowds than Rainbow Alliance. So akiuliza sema ni Isa, ameshika na kutu roga kabisa.
Mahewa, mahewa tunapewa, za kukatika na hizi ngoma. Basi twazicheza na mpango, twazicheza mpaka jasho.
Jasho yatiririka,
Moyo wapiga,
kila mtu
anawika,
hajui vile ya kusema.
na hewa tunapewa.
Yatiririka,
Moyo wapiga,
kila mtu
anawika,
hajui vile ya kusema.
na hewa tunapewa. Mos, 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 mos,
Pole pole
mos, mos,
twazienda,
mos, mos,
haraka haraka haina baraka.
mos, 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 mos,
Pole pole
mos, mos,
twazienda,
mos, mos,
haraka haraka haina baraka.
mos, 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 mos,
Pole pole
mos, mos,
twazienda,
mos, mos,
haraka haraka haina baraka.
mos, 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 mos,
Pole pole
mos, mos,
twazienda,
mos, mos.
haraka haraka haina baraka. Haraka haraka haina baraka.
Hello, niggas blowing up my phone. Usini hala kama huna phone. Mnani choke, mnani kabako. Hello, nyiri betinde wa you dogi mawadwaro. Werigi jogi gidwa promises of life. Werigi jogi do machindi ya online. Vijana wa Nairobi msinilete ufala, ndio maana mi huishingi hatungepatana. Ukinikata mara moja wezi nita malaya. And you're telling everybody that this Gucci's on fire. Only fans, penye imefika na fungua only fans. Kauna nipenda tu mafea in advance. Penye imefika no romance with no finance.
Only fans, yeah, yeah. Only fans. Penye mefika na fungua only fans. Kauna nipenda tu mafea in advance. Penye mefika no romance with no finance. Only fans, yeah, yeah.
Hello, ladies blowing up my phone. You call me baby. I keep hearing you are so bomb. Wakituma fea twakuja kwako. Oh yo, steady grinding all night long. Na sikuji kasi form ya door. Itabidi ukanje ndo tupige show. Ukisikia sauti solo jue ni kubaya. Hii muziki ya Kenya twaipeleka Ulaya. Na temperature inapanda warazi wanakwaya. Tutashinda magrami before tumeretire. Mise only fans walimefika na tambua only fans. Kanika kitu umetumia only fans. Walimefika nafanyia only fans. Only fans, yeah, yeah, only fans. Walimefika na tambua only fans. Kanika kitu umetumia only fans. Walimefika mutambua only fans. Only fans, yeah, yeah.
Can I call you baby?
Call me baby.
Baby, can I get your number maybe?
Maybe.
Nataka tu juane, nataka tu onane, nataka tu elewane, nataka tu pendane.
I see you wanting me. I see you checking me. I see you wanting me, and baby, I think you're fly. I see you watching me. I see you checking me. I see you wanting me, and baby, I can see it in your eyes. I see the sun shining bright, shining bright. When I see your smile, I feel the sunshine. You are my sunshine.
Yeah, baby, allow me to drive you crazy.
You can drive me crazy.
It is meant to be. You can't deny this destiny.
You don't have to say it twice, baby, I'll be right there.
And it's crazy how you make me feel from across the room, lady.
Baby, give me your hand, I'll take you places you ain't never been before.
You don't have to say it twice, baby, I'll be right there.
Truly, I can see it in your eyes. I see the sun shining bright, shining bright.
And when I see your smile, and when I see your smile,
I feel the sunshine. You are my sunshine. When I look in your eyes, I see the sun shining bright, shining bright. When I see your smile, I feel the sunshine. You are my sunshine.
will you be my sunshine?
I will be your sunshine.
Can you be my sunshine?
Yes, I will be your sunshine.
Will you be my sunshine?
Yes, I will be your sunshine.
Can you be my sunshine?
Be your sunshine. I see the sun shining.
I see the sun shining bright.
When I see your smile, I feel the sunshine. You are my sunshine.
Leo sina ganji soki leo na kibembeleza kama mtoto. ID Ferrari zimebaki kwa mbosho. Wezi jua niko nunge nikipost photo. Tunawasha kiwash nikatukoloto. Kodo moto inachoma koleta chesa. Niko kwa dance floor zimeshika nikicheza. Vile napewa macho kakipofu na mamande. Yule mbaba pale nitamupandisha pressure. Oops, under the influence. Mix sheng na kizungu ni too fluent. Kolabo ya Kapenga na Lumumba. Tuko mwiki kwa loko after party korunda. Under the influence. Mix sheng na kizungu ni too fluent. Kolabo ya Kapenga na Lumumba. Tuko mwiki kwa loko after party korunda.
Wanajua shinchila ndo kabisa. Vile mina tisha. Simu zina ring kila siku tuko biz. Na shingo zina blink. Naishi dream ya shina kiwa young na mindo tuna dim. Usiulize kai gari na space. Kuna drink kuna haribu kieka chesa. To Mercedes from Kalesa. Utatesa haina pressure. Ikwe mwaka kushika mita USD. Ikwe mali unafikiria niko ya ukweli. Na rap vitu naona kwa vision ndo ujue mi. Nanzanga kanishona mwisho KJZ. Na kuomba permission si kwa free. Na wako na mission kwa kaa mimi. Na ndo manata hizo vitisho zao sisiki. Wanovwana kuna ingine kaa hii.
Oops, under the influence. Mix sheng na kizungu ni too fluent. Kolabo ya Kapenga na Lumumba. Tuko mwiki kwa loko after party korunda. Under the influence. Mix sheng na kizungu ni too fluent. Kolabo ya Kapenga na Lumumba. Tuko mwiki kwa loko after party korunda. Nganya mpya kwa root iko na AC ndani. Donda mali safi yanaka freshi kiplani. Ketchup kwa macho tunaficha na miwani. Kuna maziwa na maji utanipata maskani. Chinchila na mife miwan kila. Mjusi kafiri ni shadow kwa Godzilla. Makreti ziletwe na tukunywa tubebe. Matamblo usilete tunakunywa kwa pembe.
With you.
Purple silhouette, so I know you can't see me. How long before I'm wishing like a genie? What's the reasonable reason for your hiding? Till last night I heard you calling on your mama. I cannot even vouch for you. I cannot call on you. So if I don't love you, not taboo. If you don't love me too. So I erase my matching tattoo. Cause I put it on for you. If you ever start to really win. If you ever find your queen, I hope she lets you down, 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 down. I hope she lets you down, 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 down. Man, I hope she lets you down, 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 down. I hope she lets you down, 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 down.
Have you never focused on another? Have you never focused, say brother? Have you ever noticed my hangover? You be driving me loco. Reason I believe in you, pronto. You are the one that was supposed to carry me go. But when I'm on the road, baby, that's why I cannot even vouch for you. I cannot call on you. And if I don't love you, not taboo. When you don't love me too. Now I erase my matching tattoo. Cause I put it on for you. If you ever start to really win. If you ever find a game. And I hope he lets you down.
Down, 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 down. I hope she lets you down, 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 down. Man, I hope she lets you down, 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 down. I hope she lets you down, 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 down. Call me how many times I'm losing the fight. I've been ready to die, falling into you. Now ain't getting what take. Kuni elimisha, wanna fall, I was into you. So now when you're gone and you're noticing, there was a diamond you didn't see. I've been shining my way out of your darkness. That's why I cannot even vouch for you. I cannot call on you. So if I don't love you, not taboo. If you don't love me too. So I erase my matching tattoos. Cause I put them on for you. If you ever start to really win. If you ever find your queen, I hope she lets you down, 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 down. I hope she lets lets you down, 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 down. I hope she lets you down, 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 down.
Oxygen man.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
Usiku wote umelala, mashida ukiwaza, chuki umekujaza, matendo ya wengine kwako nayo ya kukataza kuishi vyema kwa raha. Funga macho, weongea na Mola, umweleze nini kitakutoa kwenye mtego uliokushika. Ni baba yako pia rafiki yako.
He's watching over you all day. Get to you to better pray, oh, you better pray and watch all your problems just fly away.
A long time now, get a youth you a suffer just to get you some lunch and some supper. Things them go bad, always wrong, never proper. Check it mtaani mpaka leo tuna suffer. In me ghetto there is no holiday. Man I lose direction and now them turn gay. Children have no toys and yes we want to play. Don't you worry, just kneel down and pray. Say come not to use, come not to use, come not to use and pray and with me.
Bless my room when I wake up early in the morning. Say a prayer and I'll be okay. If you always get lazy, you better stop yawning. Ask for guidance, never go astray. Now that you got your Jaja protection, release all your tension. He's watching over you all day. Get to you to better pray, oh, you better pray and watch all your problems just fly away.
Never put a scissor upon your natty dreadlocks. Babylon, these are creating so much tension. Oh, get us through all this operation. So much tension, oppression in the nation. Still we go strong with the Jaja dedication. Get all you confused, oh, this drug abusing. Please Jaja help them, their mind them are losing. Now we are kneel, together we are praying.
Get your youth, una like a million digging for your deeper roots. Una complication, fire will reach you a suit with an intervention from the one who gave the youth. That's a dedication. See, no more suffering, no more struggling. I get your youth. See, no more suffering, no more struggling. I get your youth, no suffering.
When I wake up early in the morning, say a prayer and I'll be okay. If you always get lazy, you better stop yawning. Ask for guidance, never go astray. Now that you got your Jaja protection, release all your tension. He's watching over you all day. Get to you to better pray, oh, you better pray and watch all your problems just fly away. When I wake up early in the morning, say a prayer and I'll be okay. If you always get lazy, you better stop yawning. Ask for guidance, never go astray. Now that you got your Jaja protection, release all your tension. He's watching over you all day. Get to you to better pray, oh, you better pray. Watch all your problems just fly away.
Bless my room when I wake up early in the morning. Yeah, I bless my room when I wake up early in the morning. Yeah, I
All right, welcome back to the Power Morning Drive Show. This is Power Radio. My name is Wanyoike, and just a quick update. Cabanas along Mombasa Road kumeshikana, jam iko bumper to bumper kule. So if you are on that route, kuwa tu mpole kidogo, and in no time, or in a lot of time, you will be out of the woods. All right. Remember, you can get in touch with us on our social media handles. We are at Power Radio across all our socials. Let us know, and we cruise nice and easy. Right now, let's get into our local news headlines. We start off with the Daily Nation today, and the stories that are on the cover page of the Daily Nation is Ruto's Mr. Fix-It and links to Adani Group. There's a story there that goes on page 7 about the ongoing case of the Adani lease to the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. We also have a story on page 4 and 5 about political diversion, costly fallout, the growing rift between President William Ruto and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua is overshadowing the pressing crisis the country is facing and diverting attention from critical national issues. That's also on page 4 and 5. We also have a very disturbing story on page 3. The last moments of intern doctor who took her own life after 36-hour shift. That's that story. And then we have 50,000 varsity students can't pay school fees. MPs told a story on page 6 that talks about the new funding model of the universities. We also have a story about privatization. Blow to Kenya Kwanza. Scott Block's planned sale of state companies with privatization is really on the rise right now. So there's also that story on page 8. So we will get into it. But let me start off with the story that is on page 3 of the Daily Nation. The intern doctor in Gatundu dies by suicide after 36-hour shift. Now, Dr. Desiree Mora, who was 27 years old, was working as an intern at the Gatundu Level 5 hospital in Kiambu County. And she had been, for 3 months, she had been hosted by a colleague of hers who had rented a one-bedroom apartment near the hospital. So she actually took her own life because as the story says, she was on shift actually for 36 hours straight up. That is a day plus some 12 hours. That's a lot. And she's a medic, and you know how medics deal with a lot of things as well. So yeah, so leading up to her death, which she was found dangling by her room in her friend's house where they were staying, and it's actually the caretaker of the apartment that was able to see her body dangling through the windows. She was very tired, and obviously she needed some time to breathe. Told her roommate that she needed to be on the rooftop so that she can take a breather for one time. Then she came back, had some ice cream, as the story says. Then she went back up to the rooftop, and then that was the last time that her colleague / her roommate is saying that she was able to see her alive. So yeah, she died at the age of 27, and it's quite sad. There's a quote here by the Daily Nation. They were able to sit down with another intern medic who said that there's no psychological support or professional counseling services offered to us, let alone the fact that we do all this work with no pay. We say that the patients in the casualty department sometimes are very aggressive, and considering it's an emergency department, we suffer endless burnouts. There's somebody else who said said that the stories that patients give you just drain you emotionally, and there's no psychosocial support as well. Others also say that their supervisors are very embarrassing to them, and in fact they make them feel like nothing, because that's what they say, that it lowers their self-esteem just in front of them, in front of the patients, which we have also had issues, not even had issues. Me, myself, I cannot tell you the many times when I've been in a public hospital, mostly public hospitals, when I see the public humiliation of supervisors and interns as well. So it's not something that is unheard of. We've not yet had any statement from the KMPDU, that's the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists Council, but we do understand that they had a meeting, and so they've barred all interns from speaking to the media, but I'm sure that there's going to be a statement from them being released. But again, it's a series of crisis after crisis after crisis in this country. The health sector has quite been through it this year alone, and this is yet another blow to add on to the problems that we are facing as a country in the health sector. And so, you know, as the doctors and the members of the KMPDO were about 2 months ago were on protest because of delayed salaries. Now talk about interns who just work on overdrive. And also, it's not okay that somebody is working on overdrive for 36 hours. I do not understand why there's a problem, why that should be a thing that we are talking about. Under no circumstances should any human being be allowed to work more than even 12 hours. If at all, and even 12 hours is a lot, because if we are talking about that we have a lot of unemployment rates, and we are churning out so many students and so many doctors and graduates year in, year out, instead of overworking somebody for 36 hours in their shift, why not distribute this labor? So of course there's a problem there. This is absolute negligence, you know. Then there's that's one layer as to why that is a problem. Nobody should be made to work for those many hours. We need to have many hands on deck. And this country, if we can afford to churn out doctors from outside, or locally to other countries, then it means that even us, we have a large pool. And so how do we ensure that we invest? And I'm sure that Dr. Barasa, who is the Cabinet Secretary of Health, she's scratching her head right now, because she's not even 6 months into office, and already it feels like there's always crisis after crisis after crisis. So she needs to clean up house, and needs to clean up house good. So those are some of the policy issues that we are facing. And of course, I also am never for the idea that interns should not be paid. Interns should be paid, because the work that they are doing is not, it's still work. You've heard that it's labor, just as any other thing, you know. I've had many stories from my doctor friends, some of my doctor friends, who say they play therapist to their patients, because, you know, the work of care, because care work can be very gruesome. It can be very emotionally draining. It takes a toll on people's physical health, as well as mental, and sometimes even spiritual, you know. So how can we then create for instance, psychosocial support of this medical professional and counseling services, you know? And beyond that, we should also pay for them now, because it's one thing to let somebody just be an intern there, but, you know, when they're taking care of somebody else and they are dealing with casualties, it's constant bombarding of imagery and just sounds and sights of people wailing, people in pain, people who are dying. You know, somebody, I think it's Steve Biko Zulu, who says that hospitals is where some people go to die, yet some people go to live there. And so you're dealing with so much in one day. You can deal with the most craziest of stories, you know. So I think we need to start having a conversation in this country seriously about how we treat our professionals. And it's not just in the medical sector. I also think it should cut across. It should cut across that psychosocial support is supposed to be mandated. It's the mandate of everyone who has employees under them, right? To create for such safe spaces, because I know capitalism does not want to invest in the people that it wants, invest in the people that it's exploiting, but we will continue having issues like people taking their own lives because we are not willing to take charge of the people that are working for us, and we are working together. So very deep condolences to Dr. Desiree's Mora's family, and I hope that this will act as a clarion call and as a wake-up call for not only the medical or the health sector, but across all our professional sectors throughout this country. Yeah, but that's very gruesome. Very, very gruesome. Anyway, we go on to the next story here about Ruto and Gachagua fight petition for referendum. President William Ruto and Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua want a petition calling for a referendum to determine whether they should remain in office dismissed. They argued the petitioners are agitating for the amendment to the constitution disguised as a petition. The president and the deputy president told the High Court to throw out the case, saying the petitioners, 14 activists and lawyers, have failed to demonstrate with precision the alleged violations or the particulars of the alleged complaints or the manner of the alleged infringements. Our in-house lawyer, Mr. James Wanyoike, will come and tell us what those many English words that I have just talked about mean, and how easy is it to actually petition, and what goes into petitions, and how can they turn into law if at all we want to gazette them. But within the same breath, there's a story here on the page 4 of the Daily Nation about, of course, the Ruto Gachagua row. Apparently the people want to impeach the Deputy President Gachagua. One camp is saying that these are just again another day in politics, another distraction yet again, so that we might not be in the know, or rather we might not be focusing on what exactly is happening, like the Adani case for sure. That one is one of the big stories that we need to have our eyes focused on. Yes, so yeah, a lot of disconcerted efforts in the Murima area or the Mount Kenya area within the political divide, again, another day in politics. I'm not going to say nothing much to that because that's just how it is. But on moving on, a story on page 6 of the Daily Nation, 50,000 varsity students unable to pay fees under funding model. Now, about 50,000 first-year university students have not paid their tuition fees even after receiving funding from the government under the new model, and risk not sitting their examinations at the end of the semester. As a result, MPs yesterday instructed Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Ogamba to issue a circular directing universities to allow the students to sit their examinations even if they have not fully paid their tuition fees. Out of 535 students placed by the Kenya Universities and College Central Placement Service, 364 have already reported. However, only 75,000 of them have been able to fully pay their tuition fees. So again, so much there's a lot of I would say punitive policies that have been put in place, and this new funding model for universities from get-go, if you listen to even experts, they are saying that it is not the best of the best. It will definitely lock out some people out of being able to afford their tuition fees. And we already know that Kenya, we can't necessarily put in place policies that maybe work in other countries and try to think that they will work here, because you see this model is very it reminds me of some Scandinavian country I was reading about. I forget which Scandinavian country, but you see, their social policies work for them. They work for their countries because their governments have ensured a way to streamline their ways. Now here in Kenya, that can't work because first of all, everything about Kenya is different from how the other countries work, and then it's not economically, it does not make economic sense for a majority of Kenyans to be able, because I mean, if we are dealing with a country that a majority of people cannot even afford to put like 3 meals or daily meals on their plate, what about, is it just when it comes to university payment as well? So, we need to start looking at it from a holistic point of view, and make sure that we cater to those that are not in a position to, and it would be nice. I'm sure that there's a country that has figured out a free tertiary level education. I'm so sure about that. I'll have to do my research as well, but also I want to get an expert who is able to do to just kind of have a conversation with us around this funding issues of education sector, so that we can be able to know where do we go from this point as a country. All right, let me take a quick break. I come back, we get into our international news headlines. This is Power Radio.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
This is how we get down. Karibu Nairobi, where we don't play. We got the mirror selling gomba every day. How many killer weekend in my city? Who on your fools? All night long, was it fun to the break of dawn? Shorties walking around, sporting them thongs. 5 in the morning, singing a happy song. No matter what, believe that brother in Nairobi is where you gon' find me. Wilding out and with the rest of Nairobians. Valley lounging, skylaxing. Don't matter, even parking like pimpin'. This is how we get down. Mama san kwenye zikila nazi na burudika na mboko ya mnazi koi kwa bui bui tuzila tui tui kila siku kuna niamba ya jui jui. Salam alaikum salam karibia hikaram samaka kupaka pilau mnatia dam tarbush biryani kuku sikia utam kwenye beach party na potezea na mashori na tokezea na watoto wa kimanga wote wamegaga kali mgongoni hina mkono mswaga. Namasela by the beaches, we love the cool breeze. Holidays, blow hella, wageni waje wapone machis. Land of my birth, Mombasa, mji wa rana anasa. We utakoma, chakacha na msondo ngoma. Kenya's capital city, Nairobi is the place to be. Sip some Killy, gotta go from Shatta, what's the deal? What's the deal? Humming Munyiri. Nimetuliza Bella V na Bill CV. Okay, what behind my cheese? And my bread and enjoy the cool breeze. My city, my town, this is how we do it, this is how we get down. My city, my town, this is how we do it, this is how we get down. city, my town. This is how we do it, this is how we get down.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Echo Dida holiday. Echo Dida, leo ni holiday. We can show us it na reason. Niko na reason ya ku club. Niko na reason ya snap. Oh, Niko na reason ya hands up. Oh, clap. Oh, snap. Oh, hands up. Niko blessed, nimebarikiwa. Nakumbuka kitambo ndio tukunywe soda labda pare Christmas tukule mchele dodo labda hare Krishna, lakini sai neza kula chenye na wishman. Nikitaka naweza kula mchele na kichwa ya fish. Hakuna kitu ngumu kwa Jesus, anaweza kutuona, he can see us. Kama liokoa wanaume 10K, anaweza koa wanaume TMK na TOK. Waseme it's okay, devil nitoke. Anaweza koa hata mwana fe awe mtoto wetu o mwana we fue in Christ. Ambie devil bado nipo kwanza, sioi before nibadilishe people Mwanza. Niko na reason ya ku club. Niko na reason ya snap. Oh, Niko na reason ya hands up. Oh, clap. Oh, snap. Oh, hands up. Niko blessed, nimebarikiwa. Skiza flow mbichi ya ma punchline na ma pose, so soothing naeza fanya mtoto adoze. Ni HD na Echo D da tuna star God tukistar. Niko na reason ya kusmile ka wako. I woke up na meno bado ziko. Niko na reason ya kubounce na swagger. Ziki come zimekam, I guess I was a feature. I chose hip-hop, they said I was crazy. Now they singing my songs like karaoke. Nilijua kuna God wa ajabu. My underdogs wanna shine ka ababu. Na mwamba ameshuka, nimebarikiwa, nimeonekaniwa. Africa stand up, rise and shine. This is 2009. Niko na reason ya ku club. Niko na reason ya snap. Oh, Niko na reason ya hands up. Oh, clap. Oh, snap. Oh, hands up. Niko blessed, nimebarikiwa. HD na Echo D da expose ENT. Snap. Oh, Niko na reason ya hands up. Oh, clap. Oh, snap. Oh, hands up. Niko blessed, nimebarikiwa.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Alrighty, that is Echo Dida with his song Niko na Reason, and it's playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive Show, and I want to quickly wrap up with the international news roundup. We have one story here actually, that President Bola Tinubu. We go now to Nigeria, where President Bola Tinubu has directed law enforcement agencies to crack down on individuals involved in trafficking or stolen vehicles, a move aimed at further strengthening the country's economic and financial integrity against the infiltration of organized crime. Tinubu said Nigeria will continue to work with its international partners to ensure cyber criminals are deprived of the benefits to their illegal activities. The Nigerian leader acknowledged the recent handover of 53 vehicles and 180 US dollars by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. We also have US backlash over car software ban. The US Commerce Department on Monday proposed a ban on Chinese developed software and hardware in connected and autonomous vehicles, provoking a strong backlash from economists and observers. According to the measure, malicious access to the vehicle connectivity system and the automated driving system could allow adversaries access and collect sensitive data and remotely manipulate the cars on U.S. roads. The Biden administration acknowledged that few Chinese or Russian vehicles are currently on U.S. roads. And with that, the international and local news roundup comes to an end. And we are now officially getting into our day's conversation for today. And my guest is already in studio. I'm quite excited to get into this conversation. But before we do that, remember you can get in touch with us on our social media handles. We are at Pawa Radio across all socials. You can also find this live broadcast on our YouTube channel at Pawa Radio. If you have not yet subscribed, kindly love yourself, please. Respect yourself and go and subscribe, watch, share, like, and comment and do all the things. You can also get this live broadcast on our website, www.power254.org/Pawa Radio. Mr. Killy Kibet is with me in studio. He's not a new face. If you are a Pawa Radio fan, you know that you've seen him before, and it's always good to have him here. So he will kindly introduce himself as we get into our day's conversation. Good morning, Mr. Killy.
Good morning, Anne. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
You weathered through the rain and you made it finally.
Absolutely. We thank God.
Awesome. Kindly introduce yourself for those that do not know you, the one or two persons.
Sure. Thanks so much for having me here. My name is Killy Kibet, Program Officer at Power 254.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to be here this morning
Yeah.
to share the insights and what's not about access to information.
Yes.
Yes.
Alrighty. Yes. So if you have any questions around that, because so let me just give you a brief background of what we are dealing with. So today, actually, this whole week, we shall be looking at the information and access to information because 28th of September marks the official World or International Access to Public Information Day. This is a day that is set aside by the UN's UNESCO rather, to look at and assess how we are doing from country to country or regionally, how we are doing in terms of making sure that public access to information is arrived at, that people, in fact, the public is able to engage with public information, because that's how you build countries, that's how you build democracies. It's a right. It's a right actually to be able to have access to information. So we shall be discussing with Mr. Killy Kibet on that issue. And so for me, my first question would be, why is it important to have a conversation around the access to public information?
First of all, information is power,
yes.
like we've always been told or heard. And without that particular information, you cannot be able to particularly, say, monitor or have basis of your argument and whatnot. So it is the vital thing to do is access the right information.
Yes.
Because also there are wrong information. So it's very, very quite important that you have access or have accessibility to the information and particularly the right information, so that it allows you to say monitor or follow up on issues and make right arguments and judgments for that matter.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And of course, locally, right here at Pawa 254, we are currently running a project called Retai.
Yes.
And I know that there's a lot of, it's heavily, I would say that the right to information is one of the things that you are touching base with the communities. Yeah. How is that going?
Absolutely. So Retai is rights, inclusion, transparency for accountable institutions. And you see at the center of it is the rights. So, and one of the rights is right to access information, public, from either public or private institutions, as stipulated in Article 35 of the Constitution. And so basically, under the project, we trying to ensure that citizens and the public are able to access information in good time, and particularly in this case now, because of the transparency and accountability bit of it, we're looking at public information in budget making process specifically, because it's so important so that people would know what budgets, what information they're supposed to follow up, what entails the development project, for example, in their county, so that they're able to monitor and ensure that there's value for money, there is accountability and there's transparency in that front. Now, looking at the access to information specifically, so we have initiatives that we are forging to ensure that the citizens and the public are able to access what is known as public information. And even from the private sector, because that is a right under Article 35. Yes. And we are, just to mention, we are in collaboration under the implementing partners of that particular program with the Commission on Administrative Justice, or popularly known as the Ombudsman, who are mandated to ensure the public has access information, or are mandated to ensure the right to access information is implemented in both public and private sectors. Yes.
Awesome. And because of course we are now currently in 3 counties, that's Nairobi, Kajiado, and Nakuru. You go out there and you see the need in to kind of get the communities in loop when it comes to information that matters to them. So what would you say then is the state of access to public information in Kenya? Like, what are the statistics looking like? Is this accessible to people? What kind of people also? Yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks. The current state is good. I would commend actually most of the public officers who are proactive in sharing information. For example, we've been statistics have shown that through the years we've been progressing well. For example, in 2017-2018, according to the report published by CAJ, because they usually published annual reports, we have a total of requests for information around 2,655, with 29 not acted upon. Requests that was transferred to other entities are 93, and requests that were declined 93. Requests that information was disclosed is 2,440. And that is 2017-2018. Jumping to 2019-2020, we have a total of 130,207 requests that were disclosed. 21 decline. You see, it is also declining. The numbers are also dwindling down. A total of 130,486 requests for information were made, and that is between 2019 and 2020. So you can see the progressive trends that we're having. More even have been recorded for 2022, 2023. You see, we are on the upward trajectory. That tells you we are moving on well. And this is because, one is because of the commitment of the Ombudsman to ensure that MDAs, that is ministries, department, or the public offices are able to share this information. Also, we cannot underscore the efforts or the work that the civil society have been doing, and also other public institutions, because there are projects, for example, the Open Government Partnership, the OGP, that is spearheaded by the Office of the Deputy President. It was then spearheaded by now our President, William Ruto, His Excellency. Now, but that particular office had programs that ensured several counties were able to disclose information openly, known as it is known as the Open Government Partnership. So the mandate or the goal of that particular program was to ensure that counties are proactive, sharing information. They would form a data desk that if you need any information about anything concerning the county government, you're able to get it there and then.
Wow.
Yes.
And so what passes off or can be categorized as public information?
Public information is any information that is that affects the public or has the public interest in it. So that is deemed as public information. Yes.
So in what categories, for instance?
For example,
specifically,
any information about the progressive or the economic progression of the government, about the programs that the government run, about even the human resource, the processes and procedures, even the, any information that has interest of the public is deemed, so long as it is not information about, for example, you and your age, race, whatever, that is personal information now. But the rest are deemed public.
Wow. And even as we talk about information, because of course it has to be created, it has to be distributed, it has to be accessed to the public. How best can we strengthen the ways in which information is created, distributed, and accessed to the public?
Wow. How best can we streamline and distribution of this particular information? So there are several ways. For example, one of them would be ensuring or utilizing the online or the internet to ensure that anybody can access information publicly.
Got it.
Through the websites, through social media, through any other medium. Through media, especially because we have the newspapers, we have that is the print media, we have videos, we have all these avenues that we can use. Number two is creation of awareness so that the public would know where and when to access this information and how. That is very important. And we all have that role, ranging from private, from the public, and from the civil society to ensure that the public have this information or know how, when, and where to access certain information when need arises.
Yes.
So, and that is basically giving effect to the Access to Information Act of 2016. That now also supports or gave effect to the Article 35. Yes.
All right. And I can see that you have the Access to Information Act. Do you want to tell the audience members what it entails briefly?
I wish I was a lawyer or a legal
a legal expert.
Absolutely. But then this is an act. It's called or named Access to Information Act of 2016, which was assented in 21st of September 2016. So it gives effect to Article 35 of the Constitution to confer on the Commission on Administrative Justice the oversight and enforcement of functions and powers and for the connected purposes. So it defines how this particular act should be implemented. Several definitions, even the public, the whatever you're asking about, what is a public information or what is public record according to this particular act. and then goes forward or ahead to give the objectives and purposes of this particular act.
Okay.
So it gives effect to right access under Article 35,
Yeah.
and then provide a framework for public entities and private bodies to proactively disclose information
Okay.
they hold, and then provide framework also to facilitate access to information held by private bodies in compliance with the rights protected by by the Constitution. It also provides routine and systemic information disclosure by public entities and private bodies, and then protection of persons who disclose, because there is that particular need to have the protection of whistleblowers.
Yes.
Because someone who is providing information, a sensitive information for that matter, needs protection. So it also provides need and what do you call, framework on how that particular facilitation should be done or protection should be done. And then lastly, provide framework for public education, the awareness that we are speaking about. Part 2 talks about rights to information, and that is expounding more on Article 35 and what information should be disclosed, what are the limitations, because there are also limitations to access to information. You cannot be told, for example, today, information about military.
Yeah.
Information about the national security, information about someone's health, for example, and all that. So there are limitations as much as we have, or as far as we have the right to information.
Right.
There are also limitations on what kind of information can be accessed.
Yes.
Exactly. So it brings about all that, and then we have that is the limitations I've spoken about.
Yeah.
If it is, for example, information that impedes due process of law, you cannot get or access that particular information.
Yeah.
In part 3, that is section 7, designation of access or disaggregation of now duties about who is the executive director or chief executive, what are the functions, how to apply for this particular access to information, who is responsible, how the processing is done of the information. So it is stipulated under section 9. And then fees, if need be, if it is applicable. Remember, there are no fees that should be levied, but then if need be, the fees should be less than the amount or equivalent to the amount that would have been used to photocopy or print the document. So it should be in the minimum. How the information can be corrected, and then review of decisions by the commission. I think that's more to it, and then management of the records that are public.
Awesome.
So that is particularly, or that is specifically what the bill or the act, not now the bill, the act is speaking to. Yes.
Right. And I think you have spoken about some of the limitations, and I think for me, the longest the longest challenge that I've had with who gets to access or have this information has been limited because of something that we call monopolization of information or gatekeeping. So how can we deal with the challenge of monopolizing or gatekeeping of information? Because if it's something like something that the Kenyan public should be aware of, you find that only a few people get the privilege to this information. So how do we deal with gatekeepers?
So this access to information has faced a lot of challenges.
Right.
And one of the challenge that you've mentioned is gatekeeping, which is the culture of secrecy in the government, for example. You remember Kitambo, we used to be told that the Serikali, Sirikali, yes. So it used to have this culture of hiding or not undisclosing information. And that has been one of the biggest impediment to access or to implementation of this particular act of access to information. And attempts and something has been done. For example, I think the issue actually was awareness on the need to disclose information, or the officers in charge of this particular information, or who are holding the information, the one you said gatekeepers, didn't have or didn't know the need to disclose certain information or information that is deemed public.
Yes.
And attempts have been done and progress is there, because you see when for example, CAJ has been doing trainings, have been capacity building officers, state officers, on the need and necessity of ensuring that that right is protected.
Right.
That the right to access information is protected, and it's a right under the Constitution.
Yes.
And they've done a lot of trainings to a number of offices. And you can even see when you walk to some Huduma centers, you have the CAJ's desks to ensure that any maladministration or any denial of access to information is resolved or is looked into, because like I had mentioned, there are a number of requests that have been made by the public, and then there are requests that were declined. Others were transferred to other agencies or other departments. Now, trying to resolve all these issues is particularly the mandate of the ombudsman. So, for example, if you wanted to access an information, a public information, and you denied, you can apply to the CAJ to write to the particular office. And under the Constitution or under this Act, it says that when you make a request for information, it should not take more than 21 days before you get a response.
21 days?
21 days, 3 weeks.
Okay.
So when you formally make a request, and requests are formally made through writing.
Right.
So if you do a request and as a citizen, you must get a response within 21 days. If it is being transferred, you get to the information within the first 14 days, so that you know your request has been transferred to particular office because of 1, 2, 3 reasons.
Okay.
Your request have been denied because of 1, 2, 3 reasons. Now, if it is information that is urgent, that needs to maybe save the life of a person, for example, you are supposed to get that information within 48 hours.
48 hours?
Yes.
Okay.
Within the first 48 hours upon receipt of that particular request.
Yeah.
Now, to avoid this story of gatekeeping, I think it's a collaborative effort that needs to be done, so that the officers holding this information know the reason why it is important to share the information. The person requesting information also knows the procedures and timelines and all that for accessing this particular information and the limitations therein. And then the stakeholders, all stakeholders also have this obligation of ensuring that the public and the officers, or the public officers and the general public are knowledgeable or are educated or have knowledge on how, when and where to access this information, the right and all that. So one right cannot be infringed, because if you refuse to declare or disclose information, that means you are denying someone their right to that particular information. Yes.
Got it. Yeah. Wow. All right. So I think that's a good place to take a break right now. We come back, we talk about how do we then mainstream access to information, and particularly Mr. Killy will tell us what we as Power 254 and Power Radio are doing in terms of creating knowledge hubs, as a way to mainstream public access to information, as well as creating awareness to what the public should be in the know of. And so he will get us knowing about that. But if you have any questions regarding access to information, do so. The hashtag to use is hashtag Power Morning Drive. You can get us also on our socials at Power Radio. Kama tuko Facebook, tuko Instagram, tuko X, na bado tuko TikTok, and also on our YouTube channel at Power Radio. Kindly subscribe, and our live stream www.power254.org/Power Radio. For now, let's take some music. Tetushani and Kapmula are also on the way, so you do want to stick around for that. Keep it Power Radio.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Many faces, many races. I've come through many places, but I never seen a sky so blue. My mind and so free and so whole, yeah. But I never seen a sky so blue.
Yo, giddy maji maji, yeah. And the 6 SA Groove Machine, come on, D-Rex, one. Yo, ine go wato ok nege ima go wato ok make nene yo jato kwa lo pesa wa ebengi intame aneko kibithoko uko taya maji tabo shine pile katache kakelo no watch mara dier ka himo 44 tida winjo kaluora olo mi amor ping to the war go chonge pinyi lem Yesu Lion of Judah nene maricho maseti moneji to bene wena aher ngata wenga kadita loke Judas ma Iscariot
Many faces, many races. Yeah. I've come through many places, yeah. But I never seen a sky so blue. My mind and so yeah. Free and so whole, yeah. But I never seen a sky so blue.
With your pink get your moko, mako misatan. Marakora to wena, mi akan. Cheno manya sa en mana, nikik alal. Anginga, tawenga, nena kakachal. Cheno manya sa en mana, nikik alal. Para donje wiya, keneno gigingiya. Nikatatim na nade, meto donje wiya.
Many faces, many faces. I've come through many places, but I never seen a sky so blue. My mind and so free and so whole, yeah. But I never seen a sky so blue. Many faces, many races. Yeah. I've come through many places, yeah. But I never seen a sky so blue. My mind and so yeah. Free and so whole, yeah. But I never seen a sky so blue.
Badala wizi nashika MIC kama TPSC MC kutoka Kenya jo.
Ayo nani atasema tia tujafika na siku hizi tunasikika Afrika.
Nawakilisha, natisha, nabisha left right yani kulia kushoto staki msoto.
Yani ndiyo maana siku hizi tuna rock out kutoka Cairo yani mpaka Cape Town.
Many faces, many faces. Yeah. I've come through many places, yeah. But I never seen a sky so my mind and so yeah. Free and so whole, yeah. But I never seen a sky so
as many races. I've come through many places, but I never seen a sky so blue. My mind and soul so free and so whole, yeah. But I never seen a sky so blue.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Me, I keep it fresh on. Me, I keep it fresh. Me, I keep it fresh. Me, I keep it fresh all day. Fresh all day. Fresh all day. It's all cool. Fresh all day.
Think you can handle Count Moolah.
I come correct, and yeah, my swag so official like I'm the ref. See, I be rockin' Louis, so shorties wanna do me. Have all these haters feeling so underdressed. I see you mugging me, but I ain't mugging back. Cause I ain't got time for your chitty chat. Why you tryna copy and paste me? I'll be with your broad like butter on pastry. She's on my arm like my Virgin Mary. And we be on that weed from early. OG, smoking by the OZ. And all she wanna see is a couple emojis. Well, I got money to blow. And shorty, I ain't tripping, so you already know. Can't moolah all day. If you want it, gon' pay. Hater, I'm just letting you know that
All I know is swagger.
Me, I keep it fresh all day. It's all cool. Me, I keep it fresh all day. It's all cool.
Put your hands up if you have some.
Cause you keep it fresh all day. It's all cool. Cause you keep it fresh all day. It's all cool.
okay, my life is not the same, and I know who to blame. If I remember the name, it sounded something like fame. For the money, for the game, I would kill it. No shame. Rep a crew that's untamed, and I'm a dude that's maintained. Swagger so right as Frank. 20 big Benjamin sitting in the bank. What you think? I've been working hard, numbers agree. So please believe me, this is easy, born to be an MC. So I took one Nairobi, the swagger strong only. 24 hours round the clock, Wani. The Levi store know me, big up Ryo and Fuzzy. Now I'm fresh all day, Nikki Chapakazi. Boys be looking at P, this ever slappy. Lucy, Kibaki, LOL. Yeah, I'm only messing, I'm just digging the jam. Bumping it with my fam, Chuck Taylor's helping me stand. Let go.
All I know is swagger.
Me, I keep it fresh all day. It's all cool. Me, I keep it fresh all day. It's all cool.
Put your hands up if you have some.
Cause you keep it fresh all day. It's all cool. Cause you keep it fresh all day. It's all cool.
I said we on to be their favorite. Moolah team pacing. Further than the basement, higher than the spaceships. NASA couldn't waste this, rockets couldn't chase this. Swagger on vintage, African Fresh Prince. Flying like the Jetsons, higher than the Jeffersons. Moving on up till they can't get enough of us. Now we at the top, better use your binoculars. Swagger non-stop is what you do if you have some. And I'm just getting started. Ever seen a Kenyan boy trying to go harder? You gotta work for your profit, cause everybody's trying to get paid in Nairobi. I think your swagger need coaching. Fresh all day, it's all cool by the ocean. Swagging down in South Coast, you could say we coasting. High grade glowing, super flowing. Damn.
All I know is swagger.
Me, I keep it fresh all day. It's all cool. Me, I keep it fresh all day. It's all cool.
Put your hands up if you have some.
Cause you keep it fresh all day. It's all cool. Cause you keep it fresh all day. It's all cool. Fresh all day. 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 It's all cool. Fresh all day. Fresh all day. It's all cool.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Right, that is Camp Moolah, C-A-M-P to the Moolah, baby, with Fresh All Day, and it's playing right here on the freshest all day radio station. We are Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive Show. My name is Wanyoike. I'm your host, and I'm not in studio alone. I am joined by my guest, Mr. Killy Kibet, and we have been unpacking about the access to public information now that 28th of September, which is this Saturday, marks the International Access to Information, access to public information, rather, that is celebrated across all United Nations recognized states to kind of reflect, assess, and question and interrogate how can we make information accessible. And so we've been talking about that. And so I want us to get into how then do we mainstream access to public information. And Mr. Killy Kibet will tell us what Power 254 is doing with the knowledge hub and, creating spaces where the public can come and interact with information that is considered public but not sometimes very accessible. Yeah,
thank you very much, Anne. And indeed, it's necessary that this act is mainstreamed, or the right to access information is mainstreamed and institutionalized in most of our offices or entities. And every stakeholder, and by stakeholders I mean right from the parliament, judiciary, the departments, that is ministries and department, public sector, CSO, and every other person has mandate or has a role to play in regards to mainstreaming this public access to public information or access to information. For example, the role of parliament would be pass legislation or amend legislations that would support access to information or ensure the public have access to information. Judiciary, on the other hand, is whenever there are complaints or there are issues with regards to access to information, they can prosecute or do the necessary to ensure that citizens' right is protected, because they are on the end side of these particular policies. Now we have the executive and public bodies also have their role in ensuring that they implement or they disclose information wherever asked upon, or proactively ensure the public access this information. Was quick gatekeepers. Now, the role of, for example, the CSOs is to create public sensitization or create public awareness on the need, why it is necessary to access information, why it is necessary for the institutions holding this information to share proactively, and how and where or when to access this particular information, and what to do or what steps to do when information is declined or denied. What do you do next? The role of, for example, the commissions, for example, the Commission on Administrative Justice, who are mandated to ensure this particular act is implemented, is to ensure that whenever there are complaints, whenever there are issues, they're able to inquire, they're able to look into the issues and ensure that if the person needs or has that right, or the rights of the people is protected, and that they can access this particular information. Now, like I mentioned, everybody has a role in ensuring that we mainstream this, but there are also other avenues that we can employ. For example, the use of media. Media also, like I'd said, has a role of informing and using the information for the good of the public. So that we avoid this issue of mis and disinformation. So because that has been another challenge in with regards to access to information. There's a lot of misinformation circulating. There's a lot of disinformation, especially on the media, and particularly social media. Now, we employ different mediums of passing this information or creating awareness for that matter. And and giving the right information to the public. One of them would be now the use of media, social media, the use of mainstream media.
Yes.
Outreach programs that either the government as well as or the public as well as the private entities are supposed to undertake these particular programs to ensure that the public are aware, create awareness. Now, the most because even recently we saw the power of media, the power of social and mainstream media in ensuring that public have information.
Right.
Is probably, for example, what Pawa is doing is creating mediums of information and creating content that would be shared through several mediums. For example, the Knowledge Hub that we've created, it entails information about every governance issue, every governance process, every governance procedures, and all rights that are deemed necessary or all rights under the Constitution. So if you have a centralized space or place where the public can access information, that any time anyone needs information about, say, the budget cycle at the county or at the national government, they're able to access that particular information through an hub. You see, that would ease the access to information. I mean, to ease that process of accessing this particular vital information. So also, public entities should ensure that their websites or any platform that they prefer has information concerning the public or has information on the procedures, on anything about the public, is posted on time or in time to ensure that the public can access easily and in form that they can understand best. Yes. So every single stakeholder has a role to play in ensuring that access to information is mainstreamed. Right from the legislatures who now pass this information or laws, so that they don't even pass information that curtails this process. Because Parliament can say pass legislation that curtails now some rights or impedes the rights to access information. So they have a role in ensuring that the policies or amendments as necessary governs and protects this right to information. The judiciary, the executive, the public, private sector, civil society, every other person has a role. The media has a role in ensuring that this particular Access to Information Act and right is protected. So several initiatives, for example, what I mentioned, ensuring that we have a hub so that can be accessed through media, the mainstream media can be accessed through the internet, can be accessed through copies. So if someone, or print media, someone can come have the handbooks and guidelines on how to access particular information or procedure and all that. So if you have simplified information, because one of the challenge is you can get the information, but you might not be able to understand this particular information because of the jargon and the language that is used. For example, finance documents have a lot of jargon.
Very technical.
Technical terms and all that. So if the society or the civil society and public and even the public sector, in this case, can simplify this information so that every other person accessing can easily understand. There is also the aspect of ensuring inclusion. We have persons with disabilities, persons who with hearing impairment, the blind, all that. Then how do you ensure that these people access this information? Now you simplify and ensure that they are accessible in the forms that they can be able to read and understand or interact with and understand. We've also, as civil society and particularly Pawa now, went down to simplifying this into theatre, for example, and art, use of art and theatre, to ensure that you simplify this information in a manner that anybody accessing it are able to understand easily the information that they are seeking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So then, what are the best practices or imagined trends that are within the access to information space that we should take on in Kenya, if at all we are not taking on? And then how do we move on to ensure that it's not just stopping at fantastic Kenyans have access this information, but how do they meaningfully engage with what they know to bring about change?
Thank you for that particular brilliant question. And I think one of the emerging trend is the use of AI, the use of now the art that I was speaking about.
Yes.
Particularly interest in the technology side,
Yeah.
and that is the use of tools like AI, which simplify and easily anybody with access to internet and access to this tool are able to get the information, myriad number of information, and easily, you see. And so one of the ways is incorporate AI or artificial intelligence,
Yes.
so that the information they give are accurate and timely. Number two is ensuring that every entity and every either public, private, or civil society, any public or any entity are proactively disclosing information.
Yeah.
Because anyway, if you don't have anything to hide, why hide? Why deny
hide?
information?
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
So there's that particular, and mostly the challenge is on the side of disclosing information by the public entities or the government in this matter. Is there is that challenge of kutoa information or disclose information proactively.
Yeah.
Wasipoulizwa, it's hard.
Yeah,
It's hard for them
watatoa.
to disclose
That's true.
proactively. So, and thirdly is use of now the social media, because we've seen the power of digital platforms in ensuring that the public have access to information.
Yeah.
And the only challenge in that matter is misinformation. Because as much as we are getting information is information.
Yeah.
But now separating between the right
The truth.
information or the truth and then now the disinformation or misinformation.
Yes.
It has been used as a weapon
Yeah.
to curtail the process, so that the social media loses its credibility in ensuring that it produces or it becomes a platform that gives credible information and trustworthy information.
Yes, this is true.
Yes. I also think the another best practice would be ensuring that the whistleblowers or the people who give information are protected. So policies and regulations need to be placed so that it protects that particular people or the constituent of people who are whistleblowing or giving free information about particular things. Now, with that would mean people would be confident to approach, say, some offices and ensure that, hey, there's this thing happening. I wish to report this and that, so that such things can protect that right to information. And you see, I will not be comfortable coming to give information if I know it would, of course, jeopardize my existence or my right in one way or the other.
Yes.
Yeah. So those are some of the things that every citizen or everybody needs to undertake to ensure that we have this access to information as a right and centralized in all the acts. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So as we wrap up, because I can see that time is really gone, what would your closing remarks be in terms of calling on to the public, the members of the CSO space, government, in ensuring that we engage ourselves aptly, or would I say in a more satisfactory manner, adequately with information, and like how we deal with not only the creating of public information, but how it's distributed, how it's accessed, and how it is implemented, if at all. Yeah.
So thanks. I think the call would be let's be proactive, both the citizens and the public institutions, to ensure that we share this information or disclose information. Information is power. I think that is the starting point that I had this morning. And without the right information, you are not able to progress as a nation. Now, calling upon the public sector, that is the government and any public entity, to ensure that they proactively provide information. And communication is key. If this particular information infringes or is against, or it falls under the restricted data and all that, ensure you communicate so that the other person identifies and knows that this particular information is under the limitations of access to information. The public use the proper means, the proper avenues and procedures to ensure that you get access to information, because if you have information, you have a powerful tool.
Yes.
You are able to ask questions. You're able to ask the right questions. You're able to undertake your mandate as a citizen to do oversight, to look at things as they are supposed to be checked, to have this oversight and checks of the services, because at the center of service delivery is information. So unless you have that information, you cannot sufficiently and meaningfully participate as a citizen or do your role as a citizen to oversight. The same way with the oversight institutions and commissions, or the independent commissions, that information is key. All at the center. For example, you go to public participation forum. If you don't have the right, if you don't have information in time, you don't have what they are going to discuss in time, so that you interrogate and discuss and understand, particularly what the effects or implication of particular documents or say policy. You will not meaningfully participate. You'll just be going there to listen in, rubber stamp, and move on, because you don't have that particular information. So at the center of democracy and democratic processes is information.
Got it.
We have a role as stakeholders. Everybody has a role to play, like I'd mentioned, whether from the policy side, whether from the implementation side of the executive space, whether it is the judiciary, whether it is the civil society, citizen also. So we all are in this together, and we must ensure that we play our role as necessary. Yes.
Wow. I think that's a good place to put a pin on it. Thank you so much, Mr. Kibet, for coming on. It's always a pleasure to have you. He's Mr. Kibet with the nuggets. He knows everything about everything. So thank you so much for making it to Power Radio today. And we hope that we can continue to engage in these conversations, because they matter to the Kenyan public.
They do. And thank you so much, Anne, for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Always.
It's I don't know why usually it's usually the issue of time.
I know. It's a time issue.
It's always a time
But we forgive you. All right, thank you so much, guys. Let's take a quick break. Thank you, Mr. Killy, Kibet, and we will be back as we finalize the show.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Mighty fingers.
Jazz.
I make mountains out of molehills, and it can be quite the scene. Think about how far I've come, and my life looking greater than it's ever been. If I could eat my pie in the sky, it would be just my thing. Sipping on my champagne, and my life looking greater than it's ever been. My life looking greater than it's ever been. How did you rise so fast, so high, and not melt your wings in the sun? You must be Africa's son. How did you rise so fast, so high, and not melt your wings in the sun. They say you must be an African. They say you must be Africa's son. They say you must be an African. They say you must be Africa's son. You must be an African. I don't know about my haters, but they should know about me. Keep me humble, oh God. My life looking greater than it's ever been. I overflow flavor. My pockets are full of greed. Even on my worst day, my life looking greater than it's ever been. Woo! My life looking greater than it's ever been. How did you rise so fast, so high, and not melt your wings in the sun? You must be Africa's son. How did you rise so fast, so high, and not melt your wings in the sun? They say you must be an African. They say you must be Africa's son. They say you must be an African. They say you must be Africa's son. You must be an African.
Jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me back. If you're jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me back. If you're jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me back. If you're jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me back.
If you're jealous, don't hold me back. Jealous, don't hold me, no, no, no. If you're jealous, don't hold me back. I'm saying, please don't jealous me. Please don't jealous me. I'm singing, please don't jealous me. Please don't jealous me. I'm singing, please don't jealous me.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
That is my favorite, Mr. Tetu Shani with African Sun. And there's no African sun on this side of the Sahara. I'm looking outside the window and oh my God, Nairobi is so gloomy today. But not to worry because Shiva Sessions with Caroline Murote is coming up at 11 in the AM. So you do want to stick around for that. And then later on, the dynamic duo of Elijah Mouse and DJ CJ Kenya will be coming in with the vibes with the Gift of Gab show from 4 to the 6 p.m. So you do want to stick around for that. But for me, for now, it's a goodbye and I'll see you on Friday from 8 a.m. till 10 a.m. This has been the Power Morning Drive Show. My name is Anne Wanyoike. Thank you so much and I hope to see you on Friday.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Stepping on the dance and do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. Everybody do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. Brand new style, we call it shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Moonwalk and do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. Stepping on the dance and do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. A new style, we call it shoulder back. 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 Everybody have to do. Have to do. All your friends and big up on the crew. No crew. Stepping at the dance, stepping at the show. Represent where you're from, show me where you do. Alright. Slowly bounce with it. Enough gal I yell again, Batman I did it. Back in at the latest style, man I sell it. Stepping at the place, everybody have to feel it. Everybody have to feel it. They show me I steal it. Run it so me kill it every hour, every minute. Fresh new dance out a road, we a sell it. Brand new styling at the street, me a kill it. Alright. Stepping at the dance and do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. Everybody do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. Brand new style, we call it shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Moonwalk and do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. Stepping at the dance and do the shoulder back. Shoulder back. A new style, we call it shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back. Schools bounce with it. With the kids in the street, them get busy with it. With the thugs, them a pose and click at them feel it. With the take over the street and dance. Yeah, lock it, yeah, dance me, I lock it. Everybody move to me left and me right. Give me space, let me show you how we are ride. When me stay popping at the place, them my eye. A brand new style in the latest design. So step and come in now. Girl, your body fit, call your friend them Tina. She pass a wanna, everybody start come in now. Select everyone, the tune, release the killer. Alright, step in at the dance and do the shoulder back, shoulder back. Everybody do the shoulder back, shoulder back. Brand new style, we call it shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back. Moonwalk and do the shoulder back, shoulder back. Step in at the dance and do the shoulder back, shoulder back. A new style, we call it shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back. Shoulder back, everybody have to do. Call your friends and big up on the crew. Step in at the dance, step in at the show. Represent where you're from, show me where you do. Slowly bounce with it. No girl I yell again, Batman I did it. Back in at the latest style, man I sell it. Step in at the place, everybody have to feel it. Everybody have to feel it. They show me I steal it. Run it so me kill it every hour, every minute. Fresh new dance on the road, we I sell it. Brand new style in at the street, we I kill it. Alright. Step in at the dance and do the shoulder back, shoulder back. Everybody do the shoulder back, shoulder back. Brand new style, we call it shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back. Moonwalk and do the shoulder back, shoulder back. Step in at the dance and do the shoulder back, shoulder back. A new style, we call it shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back. Step in at the dance and do the shoulder back, shoulder back. Everybody do the shoulder back, shoulder back. Brand new style, we call it shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back. Moonwalk and do the shoulder back, shoulder back. Step in at the dance and do the shoulder back, shoulder back. A new style, we call it shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back. Shoulder back. Shoulder back.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Pawa Radio.